Now we're going to take a look at a budget profile. So obviously we're not doing these in groups. You'll be doing them individually. I mean, certainly if you're working online with someone else, you can do that together. That's fine. But I've taken two different highlighters and I've highlighted the sources of income and then my sources of expenses that are listed here. So the first thing I highlighted was her take-home pay of $2,314.92. So it's important that we use our take-home pay. This is after deductions are taken off of our paycheck. She also gets $48 of interest per month in her savings account, so that's great. And then in pink, I've highlighted that she has rent at $825 a month and that she doesn't own a car, so she uses public transportation to travel to and from work. She also has a student loan that she repays at $258 a month. So I'm going to show you the chart that I put together for her in a minute. And when I do that, when I do that, I'll be able to show you where I got the total income for. So the total income that I have put together, I included her take-home pay and her savings account, and that came to $2,362.92 for the month. And then when I calculated her total expenses for the month, and again, I'll show you how I came up with that, I budgeted a rough amount of $1,933 per month. And so when I subtracted the two, I had $2,362.92 minus 1,933, and so I ended up with $269.92, and this is a surplus. So again, that surplus is extra money that I have in my budget, so I could go back and add some of this to savings in my discretionary or non-discretionary expenses column. Okay, so now let's take a look at that table that I put together for my budget, and that'll help you when you do your case study and your budgeting for the month for one of your people. So you should have a copy of this in your duotang. So for case study A, again, I'm doing case study A. She had her take-home pay, and that take-home pay was $2,314.92. And then she had the money that came from her savings account interest, and that was $48 a month. So in total, I just added everything in this column and I ended up with $2,362.92. Okay. Now let's take a look at her non-discretionary expenses. So these are the things that she's going to have to pay. So she had her rent, and that was $825. She had transportation. So in this case, we're just going to have to do a rough estimate. I'm going to put down $200 for transportation. Um, depending on how far she has to go, it could be more than that. Then she talked about her student loan, and that was $258. Groceries, she didn't talk about how much she spent, so I'm going to put an estimation of $400. I'm using the amounts from our previous unit when we talked about accommodations and the expenses that kind of go along with living on your own. Utilities, she would need to pay, and I estimated $200 for utilities, and then internet, cable, $50. Okay. There could be other ones on there, so do the best that you can to make a list. Then I have my discretionary expenses. So the things that I could live without, I'm going to put my phone down on there, and I budgeted $60. Then I'm going to put entertainment for the month. That might be going out with friends, that kind of thing. I'm going to put $50 and I'm going to put clothing as another $50. So when I come up with my total expenses, I'm doing my discretionary and my non-discretionary expenses. So I'm going to add them all up using my calculator. And this is where I came up with the $2,093. Okay. And again, then I took a look at my income minus my expenses. And so that was $2,362.92. I subtract the 2,093, and that gave me that surplus of $269.92.